Finally, May 25th.
You will not be happy.
A week after the season ends. Finally, May 25th.
We have beaten Manchester United twice this season.
We've beaten Manchester City twice this season.
You're counting for me. Let me just...
We
have beaten Manchester United twice this season. And they have been convincing wins. See flukes. And there's a wise African saying that says, a beaten dog never... a beaten dog... A beaten dog never forgets the street he was beaten on. If you beat a dog outside your house today and that dog passes outside your house, it will remember where it was beaten. But I leave it at there.
Welcome back to another episode of the Wildcard Show. My name is Venant and I'm with...
My name is Tobiko, Toby Ice, representing the reigning, defending, dominating champions of Europe, Manchester City.
Na tuko hapa na Waudo.
No. You don't call me that. It's very simple. Kobe Labil, Maino. You know. Kobe Labil, Maino.
Wow.
La dope.
So guys, hii weekend imekuwa very entertaining for us kama mafans.
Yes, sir.
From Friday till today. And I'd like to know how your weekend was. Did your team win? How are you feeling?
First of all, I think I'm feeling very much excited. Remember, this episode is brought to you by SportPesa, but United gave me highs and lows. Of course, there were more highs. The only low was that hawakunipea do. Niliwekea kichwa. But we had to go to extra time. Other than that, other games were interesting. I mean, Barcelona, wow. What a way to whoop Atletico, bana. Hey, yes. Simeone. If that is a preview to what will happen possibly in the semi-final of the UCL, itakuwa kumoto mbaya. And then Juventus also a 0-0 draw, I think, against Genoa. And of course, Real Madrid, of course, winning against, was it? Osasuna, yes.
Osasuna, yes.
Yeah, so my weekend was very exciting. I was happy about it.
I think Vinicius is having his best form of his life, not Premier League, but at
La
Real
Liga,
Madrid.
yeah. 6 in 4. 6 goals in 4 games.
On the other hand, Manchester City.
Yes.
Wako kila mahali, man.
Manchester City, we have just made history. We are the first English team to make it to 6 successive FA Cup semi-finals. Sisi na Wembley ni hivi tu. Atuachani. In fact, sisi na the final stages of tournaments. Tuko hivi tu.
Nah, Ten Hag na Wembley.
Atuachani.
Ten Hag na Wembley.
That's a fraud. We'll deal with him. But
how come you haven't mentioned that you are the only team to drop the stinkiest game over the weekend? Your game was boring.
Yeah.
How was that?
Wolves was exciting.
How was that
Leicester was
How was
exciting.
that stinky? You see, that
It
shows
was a stinker.
No. The word you were looking for was domination.
True.
Limiting the opposition. Perfection. I think those are the words you're looking for. It was not a stinker. The other games were very exciting, granted, especially the Coventry Wolves game. But Manchester City, it was a good game, controlled game. We did not need to take unnecessary risks. We got off to a 2-0 lead early and kept our foot on the gas.
And now you're in another semi-final.
Yes.
Mimi weekend yangu, it's one of those, as an FPL manager, I would love to forget this weekend. And on the other hand, I'd like to forget like Friday because I get home, I'm super excited. I watch Women's League too. So Arsenal women and Chelsea walikuwa napambana. It's like Liverpool and Man City for us dudes. And nataka kubet saa hiyo naingia SportPesa. Ndio nataka kuweka hapo because I knew Arsenal were going there on a form. Nilikuwa nataka kuweka. I wanted to go all in. So nikaeka punch. And then naingia hivi kidogo while I'm logging in SportPesa, Chelsea wamefunga Lauren James. And Lauren James, for those people who don't know, Lauren James is like the KDB ikifika kwa madem. Like,
just say he's the better James in the family, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ni fraud.
Yeah, so Arsenal was whooped a good 3-0 by halftime.
Yeah.
So at that time, manze I had to move on to another game. Nika watch Al Nassr versus Al Hilal. You know, over there, Ronaldo scored. Alifunga bao hapo. Manze, guys, it's high time we started watching that league because it's very entertaining. It's very entertaining, that Saudi Arabia league. So that was that. On Saturday, manze, Wolves was walilishtua, honestly. Me, I knew it was a quick one.
Yeah.
You know,
they were the favorites.
Imagine Coventry are in the FA semi-finals.
But you know, every the FA Cup, every time there's a run like this, there's always that one championship team that always refuses to die. They refuse to give
whether
up.
Whether QPR, whether ni Watford.
Manchester City, we lost to one Wigan Athletic. I will never forget. But there's always that one team from the championship that always winning. And Coventry was the one this weekend. And it was a very... I didn't watch the game, actually.
Yeah. I think it got interesting in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I just watched the highlights. And from the way it ended, it was crazy, man. Wolves, I think they couldn't believe it. But, you know me, I'm the resident hater. I want to say, for all goals that Wolves conceded, there was one man called Mario Lemina. Mario Lemina was there and thereabouts. He's on fraud watch. Anyway.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, do you really necessarily have to say he's on fraud watch?
He's on fraud watch.
He plays for Wolves. Wolves ain't going to finish in like the top 10 or so.
He's on fraud watch. But funny thing, he has more goals in all competitions this season than one Antony.
Usianze.
Than one Antony Dos Santos. But we are moving on to something else. I think let's stay on topic for now.
Of course, we can continue with the Coventry talk.
Yeah,
Coventry are going to meet Manchester United in the semi-final of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
I remember, for all you Man United fans, in 2007, they did us the business in the FA Cup. Just so you know, they did us the business and they knocked us out of the FA Cup. But most importantly, what Manchester United did on Sunday is what we are here for. It's the magic of the FA Cup. Because I remember, I've been telling you guys for a while now, I was sure we are going to knock them out of the FA Cup. It's the league game that I'm 50-50 about. Because I know if we beat them in the league, we've confirmed that they're not going to win it. I'm pretty sure about it.
Did you back Manchester United up in the predictions?
Yes, I did.
Last week?
I said 2-1.
2-1.
I said 2-1 United.
Okay.
But Rashford couldn't do the job, Manze, in the last minute of the game. Surely Rashford. But I knew we were going to win from the start. In midweek, unajua, the team members decided to hell with the chef who feeds us raw chicken. We're going to the Ivy Hotel. We're going to the Ivy Hotel to prepare for these guys. Even Malacia was there. Even Tyrell Malacia was at the Ivy Hotel. So it was always going to be a Man United win no matter what. Man of the match, everyone. Malacia, everyone is man of the match. Anything to deny Liverpool a quadruple, I'm there. And credit due to the ops, because McTominay gives us the lead, and then Tobiko's brother gives us the equalizer that takes us to extra time. I mean, take your hat off. Take your hat off and look at the camera. Umse anafanana Antony. Kata sahi umse anafanana Antony. Kata sahi.
Umse anaenda mbio sana. Let's go back. Let's go back. Pull up selector. Yeah. Wait. Imefikaje you start talking about sijui food, sijui chef, sijui pikaji,
that is
unaona hii kitu is a soap opera.
He's overexcited. You see,
Netflix really missed out on an epic season of Manchester United. I'm still saying that for the 7th time.
Let me tell you one thing. Netflix did not miss out on suggesting a Klopp documentary, because I'm going to be watching it, waiting for that armored goal. Waiting for that armored goal that knocks them out.
The Klopp documentary is going to be nothing but tears. Unaangalia video ya Mbappe anafanyanga hivi.
Aklinwa gazeti.
Quadruple wear.
In fact, after the game, he ended up calling someone fat.
Quadruple wear.
Yeah.
Quadruple wear. In fact, I have to say, I am very excited for this Liverpool downfall. And I'm so happy.
Everyone is.
And when Mshindo post 1 out of 4 about to do the business, about to do the job. Manchester United, thank you.
Say it again.
Manchester United, thank you. Antony Dos Santos, Mateus, a fraud. You know, I always come with the start every week. This is today's start.
2 goals this season.
Antony Mateus Dos Santos has played a total of 1,486 minutes of football this season.
That is equivalent to
10 games.
Equivalent to close to 24 hours.
24 hours. Jesus.
Of football. He has 2 goals.
Both in the FA Cup.
Both in the FA Cup.
But a crucial one.
That means he's averaging a goal every 13 hours. Close to there and there.
At least it was a crucial
Antony
one.
Mateus Dos Santos is on 200,000 pounds per week. Since the season started, he has pocketed close to 5 million from Manchester United. Manchester United are paying 2 million. 2 million per goal. Antony Mateus Dos Santos has 4 yellow cards this season. So he's averaging more cautions than goal contributions.
Producers and the higher ups at the good company. Can we get another guest for this episode? Hatutaki haters hapa.
Antony Mateus dos Santos, I'm not finished, has less goal contributions this season than, I have a list. I will read for you. Just a couple of guys.
As he looks into the list, man say, Brayo, I admire this guy's cramming power. Mwenye yote ametoka kwa akili.
1,403 what minutes? A goal every 13 hours.
Wilson Odoba. Jack Hinchelwood.
Who the hell are these you're mentioning?
Tahith Chong.
Who the hell are these you're mentioning?
Mario Lemina. They have more goals in the Premier League alone compared to Antony Mateus dos Santos.
Dos Santos.
In all competitions.
Yes.
We shall not be threatened.
Yes. How?
We will not be coward.
Yes.
But funny enough, this same Antony Mateus dos Santos is the one who equalized
Yes.
against Liverpool.
Your brother.
After he's not my brother. I don't look like this guy.
This guy is the black Antony. Look, if you dye your hair blonde right now at Amfanana, I swear to God.
Anthony spins the Van Dijk. Spins him
By the
and
way.
scores with his weak foot.
Oof. To have an Antony goal in your CV, Van Dijk, very sus.
What do you have to say?
I think he owes, first and foremost, this guy owes Ten Hag an apology, Waudo, because he's been so against
Jesus
Ten Hag
Christ.
since day one.
Look at
and
this
is
guy.
one of those, like even when you see the post-match, Ten Hag, I've never seen him smile that well. It was as if ameshinda bet, you know, and he was so happy. You guys have been so against him. You've been, style of play, there's low blocks,
Why am I against him? Style of play. Give me any other reason.
But now when you look at this game, he's brought on the Amadialo, like the youngings.
At some point, Bruno and Eriksen were centre backs and Maguire was centre
And
forward.
Anthony Mateus dos Santos was the left back.
Yes.
Yes.
So for once, just give Erik Ten Hag credit where it's due.
Listen, I'll give Ten Hag credit if we win the FA Cup because there's still a monster left in that tournament called Man City. We fumbled against Man City in the final last season. He has to rectify that. He has to rectify that and make sure he wins this FA Cup. Because he wins that and he secures his job.
But yesterday, Waudo, let me ask.
Weekend.
Yes.
Yesterday, let me ask. Was it a case of Manchester United winning that game or Liverpool losing that game? Meaning, did you do enough to win or did Liverpool just not take their chances when they came up?
It's a game of fine margins. It's a results business. We took our chances. They didn't. We had better chances, I believe, because at the end of the game, I looked at the stats and we had 28 shots. Liverpool had 25 and both of us had 11-11 on target. So it's a case of us taking our chances and them not doing so.
Because I've never seen a more putrid Liverpool team than the one I saw yesterday.
Yes.
Especially the two goals that were scored after
In the dying minutes.
in the dying minutes.
Yes.
The first one, Darwin Núñez, who I always say is the best worst striker I've ever seen, and the worst best striker I've ever seen. Because I don't even know what Darwin was doing. Gives the ball away, Rashford scores. The other goal that Ahmad scored, I don't know what
And they threw everyone to the corner, yeah.
4-3.
It was so predictable for Antony to score where I was watching the game because we knew this is one of those situations where Antony will score and then we'll never hear about him again till season isha.
No, he'll score in game week 37 if you know who you're playing that weekend. If you know, Arsenal. He will score in that game week 37.
So what are you saying? Are you giving us the league?
Eh?
Are you doing us a favor? That's what
No,
we're
I'm
asking.
denying Arsenal the league.
Do you want us
I'm
to
not
take-
giving anyone else. I'm denying Arsenal the league. But anyway, we're not carry on.
So we all agree that the final of the FA Cup will be a Manchester derby, right?
No, I'm on that Chelsea wave, bro. I'm on that Chelsea wave.
Did you see how Chelsea played last weekend?
But have you seen how they've played against Man City?
Exactly. And now this is not even a Chelsea conversation. I think it's a Mauricio Pochettino problem. Because for some reason, we just seem to struggle against Pochettino teams.
Even when he was at Spurs.
Even when he was at Spurs.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a certain way that he sets up his team that becomes a bit difficult for Manchester City to work around. Because I'm actually very pissed off this season. Since everybody has had a good time against Chelsea. Everybody has been having a wonderful time against Chelsea. We are yet to be the Nicholas Jackson. He's welcome to the Premier League moment. Introduction to the Premier League game was against Manchester. Did he score a hat-trick in that game?
No, he scored a hat-trick in the Spurs game.
The 4-4, how many
The
goals?
4-4, he got 2. He got 2
Brace,
goals in the
yeah.
4-4. Yeah.
Nicolas Jack, we have held 4 from Chelsea. They come to the Etihad. They are leading. We need a fluke Rodri goal to save us. Everybody's having a good time against
And
these
why
guys.
it's not for
except
Ederson,
us.
you lose that game.
We lose. So I'm not very, 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 very convinced that we might win, but I'm optimistic.
Optimistic.
That we will, yeah.
So, hypothetically, Ten Hag and Pochettino make the final. Who needs that FA Cup more?
That's the battle of mid. If there was ever a battle of mid.
That's why I said, hypothetically, both Ten Hag and Pochettino make the final. Who needs the FA Cup more?
In the context of it, they're both under pressure.
Yeah.
But I think Poch needs it more than Ten Hag. I think Poch needs it more because of where Chelsea are in the league.
Yeah.
Just to get a bit of confidence.
Bottom half.
Yeah.
But Tuonge, me, I'll just say the truth. Let's just save on time. Manchester United to win the FA Cup.
Say it again.
It will be interesting for everybody.
Say it again.
You guys are
Who's everybody?
Say it again.
Everybody except you guys. And I'm glad that we've given you time to talk because you've just displayed how you're not confident in your team anymore.
Against Chelsea.
Yes,
I
and
didn't
it's
say we're
against
not confident.
Hey, it's against Chelsea, and you're not even.
I did say.
That kiburu ulikuwa now it's no longer Steve imepotea.
No. I've not said we will lose.
Yeah.
I've said I think we will win, but I am not so convinced because of the nature of the games we've played against Chelsea this season. That's exactly it.
And as we're telling you, we expect a Manchester derby in the FA Cup.
As
a
do
repeat
I.
of last season. and
As do I.
I believe Ten Hag will fix his problems because
Say it again.
okay, Brian,
again.
did you watch the game versus Newcastle? The game versus Newcastle.
Yeah. Boring.
Let's
I
hope
slept
that-
halftime. I slept at halftime.
Me too.
Boring.
Me too.
Shit.
Me too.
Creativity
Nilianza
zero.
kusizia.
God damn it.
Domination.
They needed deflections to win the game.
In fact, that's my takeaway. They showed us how to score via deflection because they ran out of ideas.
Do you know this is what they call nitpicking and copium. When you become a hater, you start looking at things like this. At now, you need deflection. The game was a 90-minute game. The other players were playing. Newcastle could have scored. Why did they not score?
Why did you need Botman's help to score?
Yes.
Who told them to throw themselves in front of the ball like that?
Why are you hitting Newcastle
In fact,
players with the ball in order to score?
You need.
Simfunge bao tu watu wa kawaida. What's wrong with you?
Are we having a serious conversation here?
Hashtag rattled. Rattled.
You know, thousands of Kenyans tune in to this show for serious conversation.
Internationally. Tumefika international.
Yes, you're underrating us now.
Man.
Not only are you trying to confuse us with big words, you're now underrating us on the show.
The Newcastle game was a controlled game from start to end. The nature of the goals do not count. It is, did Newcastle score against us? They did not. Did we score against Newcastle? We did. And then, who wins? The person who has the most goals at the end of the day. True or false? Now I have realized that you guys want a Manchester United win in that final. And you will be depressed.
Isn't it obvious?
You will be depressed when April ends. You will not be happy.
Finally, May 25th.
We've
Finally, May 25th.
You will not be happy.
A week after the season ends. Finally, May
We have
25th.
beaten Manchester United twice this season.
We've beaten Manchester City twice this season. Endelea.
You're counting for me. Let me just.
Huyo anaongea timu yenye iko FA Cup.
Let me just
Achana
finish
na
my
huyo.
point. We have beaten Manchester United twice this season, and they have been convincing wins. See flukes. And there's a wise African saying that says, "A beaten dog never." A beaten dog.
Talk hapa. Get back out.
A beaten dog. A beaten dog never forgets the street he was beaten on. If you beat a dog outside your house today and that dog passes outside your house, it will remember where it was beaten. But I leave it at there.
Mi nataka uclip hii.
I leave it
Because
there.
this time I am very confident we are finishing the season with an FA Cup. Au wanaweza fumble the two competitions they are in. Au maybe wapate kamoja. Mi niko sure tunamaliza season na FA Cup.
Na sasa hiyo kamoja nye tunaponea nayo ni nyinyi.
Ni ligi.
Hiyo moja tunapotea nayo ni nyinyi tunaponea na nyinyi.
Stupid.
But whatever happens.
Guys, I know this thing can go on forever. So
Yeah.
for you fans, please let us know who do you want to see in the FA Cup final. Speaking of other cups, manze, UCL draw was there. Brian, we watched pamoja.
Yeah.
And a couple of teams now here they're in hot soup. aka Man City,
What do you
versus
mean?
Real
Not so.
Madrid.
Say amekuja kuspew nonsense.
Yes, and we are so happy you are here because he's a Real Madrid fan.
Yes,
Real
sir.
Madrid are on form right now.
Say it
Vinicius
again.
Junior playing very well. Ijalishi kama ni home or away, he's still scoring. You guys are conceding pale Premier League, and kidogo sahi your fatigue is coming in. But on the other hand, one of the strongest teams in the let me just say Europe right now is Manchester City.
Of course. There's no doubt about
They're
it.
still in the FA Cup. They're still in UCL. They're still in the Premier League. You know what's common with all these things? They're favorites to win.
All of them.
Yes. And they're defending all of them.
again.
So I have to salute them. Where they're. But then again, this is Real Madrid. Mse.
Say it again.
This is Real Madrid, bro.
Is it
This
my
is huh?
is it my turn?
You speak your piece
Is
and
it
then I
Malta?
talk about Madrid.
Yes.
It is my turn. Now, this is the third year in a row.
Okay.
This is the third year in a row we are playing against Real Madrid.
True. The competition is gone.
Yeah. And we have won one, we have lost one.
Yes.
Okay?
This is the decider.
Not a decider.
Yeah.
The second one that we lost, which we bottled.
Yes.
I can make an argument to say that we were the better team in that tie. Something crazy just happened that all of a sudden now Ruben Diaz can't outjump Rodrigo Goes and everything. And when we were on this podcast last year, at a time like this, I told you, should we draw Real Madrid again? We will cane them. And I'm back to tell you, a beaten dog remembers the street.
Wait, mute your mic, Sasa.
This is not an English
A
lesson.
beaten
fine.
dog remembers the street in which it was beaten.
For me,
It will never forget.
Fair
because
enough, yeah.
the teams that the Real Madrid team that we are meeting is not a different team from the one we are playing last.
true. They actually have defensive frailties. Courtois might be missing. Alaba is missing.
Their key players are at risk of suspension.
True. Jude Bellingham, Chouameni. I also believe Valverde. If they get yellows in the first
Even
leg, they are missing
Villar,
second
I
leg.
think.
Yeah.
And the second leg this time, as it was last year, is at the Etihad Stadium, which is a fortress. I think
Fortress?
we on the record for the most consecutive unbeaten streak in the Champions League. Look it up. Google.
At home.
At home.
At home, no, it's Atletico from 97. They haven't lost a Champions League game at home from 1997.
I'll get back to you with those numbers. But here's what I say.
Yes.
I think we're better than Real Madrid.
Better team, yes.
I think we're a better team.
Yeah.
I think we're better all around than Real Madrid. This is where the problem is.
Okay.
Real Madrid is a legacy team.
Bas.
True.
In that, people tend to hype up Real Madrid. And Manchester City is a team that people love to hate on.
Not love
So
to
guys
hate
are not
you.
objective in this particular.
No, guys are objective.
If you look at
already made
it,
an
even the win probabilities that have been released by
Madrid
other
have a 36% win probability.
Why?
Yeah.
Is it a coincidence? So here's what I think.
Hey, is it allowed?
The problem will be if we allow Real Madrid to take us to the trenches
Especially in that first leg.
and it becomes a dodgy game. That's what the problem is. But if we go, take our chances, control the game, both games, I think we go past Real Madrid. For me, as a Manchester City fan, the problem is these guys meeting them in the semi-final.
It's not a matter of that because, okay, when you look at it, you guys could be knocked out by Madrid in this sense.
We could.
This season, Madrid are top of La Liga, but they're not playing that beautiful football that you
Yes.
expect them
Yes.
to. The games that they are winning, especially by the 4s and the 3s, are games in which they are counter-attacking. Because against Leipzig, it wasn't counters. Leipzig were going to chase, it was 50-50. You play ball, I play ball, you play ball, I play ball. That's why Leipzig could have knocked out Madrid. But when it comes to Man City want to dominate the ball for 80 minutes out of the 90.
Yes.
So that could be in favor of Madrid for both legs. But my issue is this time in the first leg is at Madrid. That's the issue because Madrid need to make sure they win by 3 or 4 to be sure that they're going to the semi.
And how confident are you?
And it's gonna be a difficult one. But then what gives me hope is this season Man City have a lot of defensive frailty. There's a lot of defensive issues in that City side.
And there was a game plan that Pep employed over the weekend against Newcastle.
Okay.
Deploying both Rodri and Kovacic in the midfield. Kovacic may not offer us much
But the
attacking wise,
robustness,
but defensively. And just shielding the midfield.
Okay.
Controlling the ball, killing tension, killing pressure from both sides. I think that game plan of playing both Rodri and Kovacic will help us defensively against Real Madrid.
But wrapping up on this, I think fatigue will play an issue. Because before that first leg, Madrid only have 1 game. City have 3.
We were seated here last year. I told you it's just 1 extra game. It's not like they're playing thousands.
You guys
or
have 3
tens of
games. Arsenal, Palace, and Spurs in
and
between.
the run in towards the end of last season was exactly the same as it is right now. It is just 1 extra game.
True. Also, the more competitions you are in, of course, the more games you'll play. And something that I like about Pep that I personally am motivated by, there was an interview did last week prior to the Manchester Derby game, and he was talking about him, like once you start winning, it's like you get addicted to winning, and it's like you just find yourself doing it again and again, and you just find ways to win. And now when hearing such things, and then there's Real Madrid here who today they score 5 goals, the other day it's a draw, hapo kidogo bet may lose, like
You ilikuwa ya referee though. It was the referee's mistake denying Bellingham's winner. Even you know it.
The referee had brawn.
Let's
just move on.
The other fixture is,
of course, there's Arsenal versus Bayern Munich, and I'm ready for it. Come on. Nipeni Banta, I'm ready.
Miss Kupei,
I will not banter you for that one.
Miss Kupei Banta, you guys are just like Madrid and Man City. You guys are the favorites going into this fixture.
Thank you.
Bayern Munich have been dog shit the whole season. Let's not kid ourselves. We went to the Allianz Arena and scored 3. Leverkusen gave them a good one, a 3-0 defeat for them. And over the weekend against, I think it was Darmstadt, they conceded first, but then Musiala took over the game and then they went on to win, and Harry Kane also was in the goals. But at the end of the day, if Bayern are to get the edge, first leg, they won't have fans, first of all. They're being punished for the flares that they shot out in the Lazio game in the second leg, so they won't have fans at the Emirates. If they are to go through, they have to make sure they come out of the Emirates with a draw.
At the very
With a draw or a win. And that's nigh on impossible. That's nigh on impossible. So for me, the moments of individual brilliance are probably with Harry Kane and Musiala, or maybe even Sane, because ukiangalia that backline of Upamecano and Kim Min-jae, they can't handle that Arsenal press. They cannot.
I like what Muller said when he was asked about Arsenal, and he said the match away at Emirates will be tough. But the one at home in Germany,
Allianz.
now that's the one that will define who's who as far as this game is concerned. You seem to be having something to say about us.
In this particular tie, I agree with Arsenal completely. I think Arsenal is a better team than Bayern Munich. And in fact, and this is not a very popular opinion, but I think Arsenal will win this tie. And surprisingly, they might even win comfortably. Because the back line that Bayern Munich
rely on.
Bringing Dayo Upamecano to face Trossard, Martinelli, Odegaard,
Saka,
Havertz, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus. I don't see how Arsenal don't beat Bayern. And if you don't, by the way,
you know this part they'll chop off the podcast.
No,
we are winning.
Venant, you have to be honest.
To say something
Venant,
that will
you
not
have to be
happen.
honest. Arsenal fans are very confident. John has always been confident. Nyash has always been confident. You also, I believe, you should be confident in your team because you are the better side.
I am.
The ghosts of Robin and Ribery should not come and spook you out.
In fact, I'm glad you say that. Hey, Arsenal fans, hear me out. So even though Vileiko, none of those players who were there during the 10-2 thrashing are here right now.
Ukiangalia una inapianu ya 10-2.
So hakuna trauma yote yenye the new players are experiencing. One. And then 2, Arsenal fans, those who believe in Arsenal, are you guys ready for Arsenal to win their first Champions League?
Mute your... Wait. What do you mean?
Yeah? Are you guys ready? Because I think Porto, that's actually this season combined, Porto was our toughest game.
No, there was the City one. There was also Man City. There was also Man City at the Emirates.
We had
Which one?
injuries.
There was also, they didn't have Rodri and De Bruyne, and they took, and you guys struggled to beat them.
Trust
there was
me,
also that one.
When watching that game, I was so confident that we were winning.
You are always confident. You have never been not confident.
So, see, no, that's why I love Arsenal. See, that's the thing. Me, I believe you're winning the Premier League. I believe you're going far as UCL is concerned. You guys were talking about, round of 16.
Tutakuwa hapa June 1st. Tutakuwa hapa May 19th. Hizo dates, mark them on your calendar. Tutakuwa hapa.
Even utakuwa tafuta Arsenali. Waiting for the first you cannot win this
Yeah,
thing.
finally. And before we go to the other fixtures of PSG, Barcelona, and Dortmund Atletico, I want to remind you right now the Sport Pesa Mega Jackpot sits at over 355 million Kenyan shillings. Over the weekend, there was the latest winner who won over 3 million Kenyan shillings. Niko sure maybe alieka over 2 kwa hiyo game ya Man U. And of course, Sport Pesa did the thing. Right now, his bank account is loaded. What are you waiting for? The pay bill number is 955-100. Of course, account number ni phone number yako. And all you need is 99 bob to bet on that mega jackpot right now that currently sits at over 355 million Kenyan shillings. Buddha, what are you waiting for? Venant, hiyo 355 million shillings utaekea yote kwa Dortmund ipige Atletico.
No, kwanza
What can you do with 355 million?
Yeah. I've always said when I get such an amount of money, I'm investing in a local club first.
Utaki kuinvest kwa Talanta Stadium.
And you see, hata ka ni kubaya Gor study yao ama training ground, I'll do that. I feel it's a good way of giving back to me, to now people as a fan, you know. Number 2, of course, Arsenal is winning the league, so this is the best time to buy shares. Anything affiliated with Arsenal inaweza kuwa poa sana hapo, you see. Alafu, yeah, that's just that, man.
That 355 million Kenya shillings is approximately the same amount in pounds that Manchester United are paying Antony Mateus dos Santos for each goal.
Yes.
Approximately.
Yes.
Give or take.
Yes.
Somewhere around there.
We need to call him. Just need to call him, honestly.
You know, you keep talking and you're dissing your brother. Unatusi brother yako.
I don't look like that guy.
You look like Antony.
Kwanza unaona sahi Antony amerudisha nywele nini?
Si ndo nakwambia wewe ukidai hii yako blonde tu unafanana na yeye ama white
yeah. Sorry man, you guys.
You guys are in a competitive nature right now.
Manchester United went to Junction Mall down here. They're in the market for buying home appliances, electronics. Then they walked out with a fridge.
Wow.
Worth 80 million shillings. Manchester United, a fridge for 80 million shillings. I hope it works. Anyway, sorry.
Wow. Hey, man, this guy is probably loading up his answers right now because, you know, whenever we near the trivia, he's usually very quiet. So Sai, I think, is going to let the anger out in our trivia, man. And for you guys who are watching, of course, the trivia, man, we are looking at basically the things that have just happened this past weekend. It's fresh in our minds. So I believe you guys will be quick answers. I don't think at it akasana. You guys look at each other, how much you want. But I know at the end of these 5 minutes, we're going to have a winner. Sir, so, you know Kenya right now, we are playing in Malawi. There's
the Four Nations tournament.
Yes, there's the Four Nations tournament. Pale, we're playing Zambia, Zimbabwe, and then Malawi. This is a good way for Kenya to prepare for the World Cup qualifiers. And it's happening this week and next week.
Yeah.
So that's just our version of the international.
By the way, I think Kenya should have a serious chance because out of the 4 countries, that's the second best ranked.
Okay.
Zambia are like 87, Kenya 111. Then the other 2 mandems, Chipolopolo and them. And if your team is nicknamed Chipolopolo, surely you deserve nothing. So please, Harambee Stars, come on, you Harambee Stars.
It's a good password.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now that I've mentioned that, Iyangun is so simple. I want you guys to tell me the name of the Kenyan coach. Our producer can participate. Dressed like a manager, yeah? Austin Postecoglou.
Dos Santos. Suseme sasa Mateus
Yes,
Dos Santos.
Dos Santos.
Sema sasa. Sema sasa. Chati. Chati. Show your answers.
Can we edit this out?
Kuna, it's the first question.
Have you?
Trivia.
Let's go.
Engine Fiat.
I've just passed. I could not remember.
Nice.
Engine Firat.
basi. So,
1-0.
Bran is right. Bran is right.
Umekumbadishi leo.
Nimeambiwa hata hakuna lunch, so it doesn't matter.
You're just beating him off strength.
Yeah.
Of course, for us FPL managers, we are so sad or angry for some of us who captained Heung-min Son because Spurs lost
The
against
business.
Fulham.
The
in
business.
in a game where Fulham, I think this is probably Fulham's game of the season. Sawa. And of course, Muniz, I've talked about him per FPL. I've suggested you guys to even pick him in the last game week. So I'd like to know, how many goals does he have so far? Don't worry, I'll give you guys a choice. It's between 5, 6, and 7.
Okay.
Yes. How many goals do you think Muniz has so far for Fulham? Remember, ameingia juzi too.
He's a January signing, right?
Yeah, ameingia tu juzi in January. So he's not in the lines of Kina Watkins and the Solankes and stuff. But his form right now is very, very nice. Very nice. So how many goals do you think he has? Between 5, 6, and 7.
6 and 7. 6 and 7. 6 and 7.
Yes.
6 and 7. So fun.
Form favors, that's a hint. Form favors him.
Hey,
at the moment.
Shit.
This one is so easy.
Okay, let's go.
So both of you guys are wrong. It's 7. Come on. This guy is scoring. I've been talking about him for almost 4 weeks. So that's like 4 goals already.
Hey, producer umeandika 10. It was not in the choices.
Our producer is spot on so far. He's
Not
spot
in
on.
the choices, but
He is spot on. Next one is so familiar. It's so familiar, just like our exes. Because I'm going to talk about Manchester City's ex, and that is Cole Palmer. And this guy, his form is so good, guys are considering him signing of the season. And when he scored, performed very well against Leicester City, who, by the way, I forgot to talk about. I posted some stat about him on
your socials.
on our socials.
Yes, sir.
So in his 34 games he's played,
Yes.
he has scored 17 goals and 13 assists. True or false?
True or false?
Yes. 17 goals and 13 assists. Keep in mind, whenever Chelsea play at home, this guy is always there. And that 4-4 versus Manchester City, he was very instrumental.
What I do know is he got a goal and an assist versus Leicester.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you sure of your answer, Black?
And by the way, Sterling
True or
needs to
false?
leave, by the way.
Sterling needs to.
Needs to leave, man.
Sterling needs to leave.
Somebody said Sterling is worth Ugandan shillings right now. True or false?
I think it's true. This guy is lethal. Because I know for a fact he has 25 goals and assists. Ndio?
Yeah, it's 14 goals and 11 assists.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
False it is.
Okay.
17 goals is too many.
Hey,
Aya.
nyingi sana.
Sawa basi. The next one is so fun. We are tunaenda kiasi spelling. I've asked this one before. I'm going to ask it again. Still on Chelsea.
I know you. Oh my, najua nataka kuuliza nani, but anyway, go ahead. Go
Chukwuemeka.
ahead. I knew it. Jesus Christ.
Chukwuemeka. Spelling. Chukwuemeka. I've asked this before. And honestly, but they need to apologize to Chelsea, Brian, because
Why?
all these people, all these brothers that you enjoyed,
Our Rasta brothers. the
yes,
Migo gang.
they performed. Madueke over there and Chukwuemeka. Yes, they've performed.
So let them do it in the FA Cup final if they get there.
Yes, boss. Let's just see. Let's just see. The
The
spelling
positioning
is,
of that W.
the spelling is CHUKWUEMEKA.
3-2.
Yeah, iko
3-2.
sawa.
Where did you get to 3 from?
See, I got the Firat one.
1.
And we've gotten the Palma one together.
Okay, so you have
And then this one. 3-2, bro. Mathematic. Mtu wa-
Yeah. Last one. This one, it's so simple. We're going to look at nicknames of club.
Jesus.
Sawa. Fulham again
don't.
and Spurs. This was a very... To me, that was the game of the weekend. I like to know nickname here, Fulham. Fulham's nickname. Fulham. It's so simple.
Ungeuliza hata ya Coventry.
Marco Silva deserves a contract extension because that guy's transformed Fulham vizuri, selling Raul Jimenez. No. Actually, he's gotten Raul Jimenez. He's gotten a couple of players over there. Now this Muniz guy. He's got Iwobi is playing like, I don't know, like he's so wonderful over there.
I think this might be an Antony goal considering he's Antony's brother. Hii nayo naweza kuwa nimedakwa.
As our producer gives us a very strong hint.
No. Fulham.
Yes.
Craven Cottage Boys. Me sijui hiyo. Craven Cottage Boys. I passed this one.
What's that? Is it the Potters?
The answer is the Cottagers.
What? Who are the Potters?
Yeah.
Wait, nipe point. Nimesema Craven Cottage
No,
Boys.
you
Hiyo ni
said,
close.
but you did
Hiyo ni
not
close.
right.
The Potters ni kina nani? Sheffield.
See, the Potters see Sheffield.
See Sheffield.
Sheffield need the Blades.
Yes.
So who are the Potters? There's no one the Potters. We'll Google that one.
But we're not Googling right now.
Just Google for the
No,
for
you always have stats for everything.
Yeah, so
how
have a
comes
stat
you don't
for the
have?
Potters.
Yeah, yes.
The Potters is something.
You.
Just for the knowledge of the fans. Who is the Potters?
Don't worry.
When the Potters-
In the comment section,
Hello,
please.
fanya pottery, bro.
Yes. Come on, let's just move on.
Another trivia in the bag. Hey, Nyash is truly scared. You can see over the whole month he's been missing.
Nakwanga ameongea
By the
hapa.
way, I talked to him during the weekend, especially after the UCL draw. I like if he sends the video of his reaction to the UCL draw, because I'd like to hear what he has to say regarding, of course, Man City and of course Arsenal. Him being a Real Madrid fan, I'd like to know his thoughts.
What up? So, the Champions League draw is final, and of course I have to give my 2 cents about this. Now, Arsenal was drawn against Bayern Munich, and I speak on behalf of all Arsenal fans when I say this is exactly what we wanted. And again, I speak on behalf of all Arsenal fans, and even Brian, who's not an Arsenal fan, will agree with me that Arsenal will knock out Bayern Munich. I know Bayern Munich, they only have the Champions League to play for, and Arsenal has Champions League to play for and the Premier League, but they are too good right now. And this is the best time to play Bayern Munich. All right, they are not this threatening Bayern Munich. I know they have this Champions League pedigree, but this pedigree is not cooking this season. No wonder they are out of their cup in the German, whatever cup they call it, is it DFB Pokal? They are out of the race for the Bundesliga, and now they are thinking the Champions League is the only place they can go for. And yes, the only place they can go for, but there is no way they are getting past the Arsenal. We're going to cook these German jabronis, and of course, we're going to revenge for all these beatings they used to hand out to us. Tunakumbuka ndio watu walikuwa tupiga zima 10-2 and all that stuff. So yeah, Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich are not going through past Arsenal. Alafu tukimaliza hapo, tunapatana either Real Madrid and Manchester City. And previous in other episodes I said, as much as Real Madrid has a spot in the final, Arsenal does have a spot in the final. Turns out, it's only going to be one of us, not the two of us. So, Real Madrid and Man City wajipange. Whoever we are going up against, we are ready. We are ready to beat whoever comes up against the Arsenal, because this time around we are going all the way, baby. We are going all the way. So yeah, first things first, we take care of Bayern Munich. Then after that, we decide between us, Real Madrid and Man City, who's going to Wembley. Don't forget, Arsenal never loses at Wembley. So if we find our way into Wembley, get ready to acknowledge us as the new, incoming, undisputed champions of Europe.
And me, I wouldn't like that reaction. Probably sucks because he said Arsenal are going through, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Aya, sasa basi. So this is a quick one pale FPL. So the Good Company League right now, it's very competitive. Guys have 1,700 points. And Glenn Onyango is the one who's leading over there. And his team in Teddy. We have Tela Moses, Tela FC. And then there's somebody who's trying to copy your name. It's Dawaji.
What? Zero creativity.
Yeah. Wako fiti hapo. Those are the top 3. And we have Eliantos FC number 5. Eliantos FC. We have Eliantos FC number 5 over there. Boys in the Hood, Libel, and these other ones have two tough names. So sorry if I haven't mentioned your name, but the league is very, very competitive right now. It's not too late. I see myself in the top 100. I'm currently number 350, but it has been a fluctuation because sometimes I'm 220. Right now I'm 350. but I want to finish in the top 100, and I believe I can. For those managers who haven't used their chips yet, this is the best time because a couple of double game weeks will be announced, I think by the end of this week. So we'll be able to plan accordingly. I'll be able to show you guys how to do it. But for those people who need a quick, free transfer right now when it comes to FPL, let me just look at their fixtures so that I can tell you. I remember, let me see, we're in game week 31. And in game week 31, there are a couple of fixtures that are amazing for us fans. I remember Newcastle playing against West Ham. And Isak, for me, has been on form over there. That's the only guy I can pick. Gordon, at the moment, is injured.
Yeah.
Bournemouth and Everton. I don't know what you guys think about that fixture, if for interest. No, it's in relation to relegation, Palicini.
I think you look at the Bournemouth players. For me, considering that comeback against Luton Town, the 4-3 win, I think the players will be buoyed looking to score again. So Bournemouth assets could be available
Semenyo,
this weekend.
I have Semenyo.
Yeah,
for me, ako hapo pele, of course, Nani Solanke. Chelsea and Burnley. Fofana. Oh, we won't play against
Datro Fofana.
David Datro.
Yeah, but we won't play against former parent clubs. No, he's on loan from Chelsea.
Oh, the Premier League never changed that rule. All other leagues did.
Yeah.
It's only in the Premier League where you can't play on your... wow.
Yeah.
Because I know in La Liga and Bundesliga you can.
And also you need to apologize to Company because those are back-to-back wins.
He's still dead last. Apologize to him for what?
Ungekuwa Mkristo Yesu ange give up na wewe because you lack faith. Thou lacks faith,
to
my
him
friend.
for what?
He's been...
He's dead last. Nasikia ati he brought revision.
Moving on to Nottingham Forest.
Producer, please nifanyie beep hapo.
Nottingham Forest versus Crystal Palace. Mateta over there is the only guy I can pick from Crystal Palace.
Yes, is Olise back?
I'm not sure.
I know Eze is.
Yeah.
Eze is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Nottingham Forest, like I said, Morgan Gibbs-White. I bigged him up last weekend. Alipata assist.
Yeah.
Sheffield United versus Fulham. Do you have any hopes for Sheffield getting a win?
No way. Fulham all the way.
So Fulham all the way.
Moonies.
So the Moonies and the likes. So basically the people who performed the last game week, we stick with them. Tottenham and Luton. Luton have been scoring.
Morris, Doughty. Hey, there's
Luton
a lot
have
of
been
assets
scoring.
there. Yeah.
But then on the other hand, Spurs do...
We'll look to bounce back.
Yeah. Do you... Just a quick one. Do you think Spurs top 4?
It's open. It's open now.
But I think
considering they have to play Arsenal, they have to play Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City, it's open.
Can I give you the immediate 4 fixtures?
Yeah.
Sir, so of course Luton this weekend, that's March. But April, West Ham away, Nottingham Forest
derby.
home, Newcastle away, Man City home, Arsenal home, and if I may add, Liverpool away.
I think out of that run, the easiest fixtures, winnable is Luton, could go either way, but the easiest fixtures are Forest and Newcastle, because West Ham away is a derby, and West Ham have a good record whenever they play Spurs. So Forest and the Newcastle game are the easiest ones for Spurs there.
Do you fancy Aston Villa to maintain that top 4 considering they're playing against Wolves? You know, you have Watkins over there who's on form. Douglas Luiz has an excellent, not an excellent, but a very good home form when it comes to Premier League. You have the Jamaican over there, Bailey.
I think they beat Wolves.
They beat Wolves.
Good for them that Zaniolo is back. Hopefully Buendia as well comes back before the season is over. But yeah, I'd have Villa. Villa could edge Spurs just because of the run of fixtures.
Okay. Tobiko. Just nisaidie hapa. Brentford versus Manchester United.
Manchester United.
To win.
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
So we pick the kids, or who do we pick? Do we pick Rashford?
Scott McZidane.
Manchester
Scott
United
McZidane.
player of the season.
Scott McZidane.
Scott McTominay. Man United player of the season.
Bro, say he's rescuing Ten Hag time and time again. So I wouldn't put it past him to score a goal against Brentford. Wouldn't.
So that's the only pick you. What about Maino, number 17, Garnacho?
Maybe an assist. Even Hoyland could struggle against the likes of Kinapinok. So probably our goal could probably come from a Garnacho or a midfielder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Liverpool versus Brighton.
Hey.
Of course, for me, Luis Diaz stands out.
The thrashing that
Nunes
is about
is
to happen.
frustrating to watch as an FPL manager because he will score 1 goal, but after 17 chances and 1 yellow card. So I wouldn't really advise. It's not emotionally advisable for you to. It's mentally taxing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Manchester City versus Arsenal. Come on, give it to me.
It's gonna be another 1-0. I just don't know who wins it.
Pause.
Another one. Hey, bana. Hey.
You guys are sexualizing football. Then you guys need Christ.
Christ.
Yes.
Said
Tumesema tu
pause.
pause.
Don't know what you're pausing for.
Wait, tunonge
producer.
FPL.
No,
Buddha.
Man, just give it to me. Give it. Hey.
Just pause.
Jameni.
Give your prediction.
But anyway, I think this is the one game that you do not want to invest in as an FPL manager. I think it's gonna be a 1-0 win, but I don't know which team will carry the day. I really think it's gonna be that tight of an affair. Pause. Yeah.
Tobiko.
This game is a must win for Manchester City
Because
we do not risk losing 2 games to Arsenal in the context of the of the league, and also since that we might be playing them also in the Champions League. We don't want to start getting in the habit of losing to Arsenal. So I think we need to win this, and I think we will win this.
Sawa basi.
So we invest in Foden, Ama.
Invest in Philip Foden, Philip Walter Foden.
I'll be objective. Sir, I've talked about Arsenal assets. I'm not going to talk about them in this particular scenario. I'm going to focus on Manchester City. When you look at the history of Manchester City versus Arsenal at Etihad, one name stands out, and that's KDB.
Big game player, though.
Yes. And when you look at KDB versus Liverpool, he got an assist. I think he goes Riot versus Arsenal. And when that happens, Haaland will also score against Arsenal. That's my biggest fear. Those combination, that 4-1 that we tuliumia now last season, I think it will still come and haunt us. So FPL managers, of course, do not deliberately buy the Manchester City assets considering these fixtures. But if you have them, play them.
A beaten dog will always remember the street in which they were beaten.
Well, let's just end this show, man.
And to wrap it up, I want to remind all of you out there, if you have any talent, kama ni dance, kama ni spew nonsense, kama Tobiko, kama ni spin the narrative like Venant, SportPesa have you covered. Now, there's the gold level, the silver level, and the bronze level in this latest Tujiamini initiative. All you have to do is go to tujiamini.co.ke and send your video or send your talent and tell us why you deserve to be awarded. Because up for grabs right now is about 1.25 million Kenyan shillings. What are you waiting for? tujiamini.co.ke is the site where you can post your video showcasing your talent. It could be Kippy Uppies, it could be anything. At the end of the day, SportPesa have you covered with the Tujiamini initiative. Other than that, I've been Kobe Minor's older brother, Kobe Labille,
I've been Tobiko, Toby Ice.
Antony's brother.
I'm Venant, and once again, is Arsenal ready to win their first UCL?
Spewing lies.
Kata hiyo.
Kata hapo.
We do not lie on public platforms.
We are an international podcast, bro. Unaweza jidanganya vitu kaizo.
This is a serious show.